kick is drop to do. We got back up. Welcome back, everybody. I just want to give a heads up to everybody. We're going to go ahead and kind of structure the beginning a little bit differently. So instead of us labeling these videos week 5, week 6, day 1, since these are going to keep on going, we want to do these long term. We're just going to label and say specifically what each workout kind of identifies and specifically works for each day. So today we have lower body and core. So we're doing a lot of legs and midsection today. That is our goal. So for today's warm-up, we have 2 rounds of a new movement. It's called towel pull-aparts. And all we're doing here is warming up our shoulders. So Blaine's going to go ahead and show us towel pull-aparts. You're going to just find a towel in your house. And what we want to do is go ahead and face it that way. We want to have this arm at like a 90-degree angle and to have these wrists in deflection like this. Now, what he's going to do is try and actively pull apart for about 2-3 seconds and relax. And go again. Pull apart for 2-3 seconds and relax. Good. While you keep doing this, where you want to feel this is in the back of the shoulder. So while he's doing this, we want to feel it right around here. That is our goal, so we can get these shoulders warmed up for what we have today. After we do 10 towel pull-aparts, we're going to go ahead and do 10 Coccyx squats. And this is how we're going to do this. So you're going to go ahead and get into a outside squat position. So see how wide his feet were when he went down. And now he's going to lean to one side and go right back to the other side, just like this. So what this is doing is while you're in this low end position, we are warming up. We're opening up our pelvic joint. That ball and hip socket's warming up. Our knees are warming up. And make sure when we do this, no matter what, as Blaine's going to stay here, we want this knee always to track over the toes. Don't let it come in. Don't let it come out a little bit too much. Always over the toes is what we're looking for. Thank you, Blaine. So you're going to have 2 rounds of those 10 towel pull-aparts, 10 Coccyx squats. And then we're going to go to our workout, our meat and potatoes. We got 4 rounds. It's called alternating tempo split squat. So what Blaine is going to do, he's going to sit up almost in a lunge position, right? He has 1 foot in front of him, 1 foot in back of him. Now, if he were to go ahead and face the camera for me real quick, what's very important, I want you guys to see this, is this back toe needs to be faced in. You don't want it like that, okay? I'll show you why in a second. So Blaine's just going to go ahead and give me a squat and tempo. So we're going to go 3 seconds down. So 1, 2, 3, and up. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and up. Perfect. So that would be his tempo, and that's his movement he's doing. Now, I said earlier, you got to have that back toe faced in, because if you don't, if you have this out like this, your knee is coming out as you're squatting, and you can see he's losing balance, and it's a little bit more stress on the knee. So bring that back toe in. Hips are facing forward to go 3 seconds down, fast up, just like that. And you're going to go alternating. So once you do 1 on one side, you're going to switch and do 1 on the other side. This is 20 total, so you're going to be doing 10 on each side. Again, the target area is right in our legs, in our quadriceps. That's where we want to feel this. Then we're going to go ahead and do 10 walkout planks. How we're going to start this is Blaine's going to be standing up, and he's going to go ahead and reach for the floor, almost similar to our inchworms, and he's going to walk out. Now, if he were to stop right there, that would just be normal inchworms. But for our walkout planks, he's going to reach forward as far out as he can, and then he's going to bring his arms, walk his legs all the way back to his feet, and stand up. So when we're doing this and we're reaching out and we're all the way out into that plank and we reach out as far as we can go out with our hands, keep this midsection tight. This is what it's working, your whole core development, because as further away your hands get away from your feet, the harder it is for your midsection to keep yourself up. So we're just going to be doing 10 of those walkout planks. After those 10 walkout planks, we have tempo single leg hamstring curls, right? So we just did all those alternating split squats, so our quads, the tops of our legs are a little bit pumped. They've been worked out a little bit. Now we have to work the backs of the legs so one side doesn't get a little stronger than the other. So how we're going to do this, there's 2 different ways. The first way is how I'd like everybody to do it. And if you see Blaine's hips come up, his leg is out towards the ceiling, and he's going to just go ahead and stretch that leg out and pull back. So his glutes are in the air, this opposite foot is in the air, and all he's doing is he's concentrating on this part. He's extending it, and then when he comes back, he's squeezing that back part of his hamstrings one more time. If you guys could see this, you see this hamstring moving right here, and pull back. There we go, just like that. Now, a scaled version, because this is very hard. He's going to go ahead and put his hips on the floor. Everything else stays the same, but he's going to go ahead and squeeze back. So the only difference is in this scaled version is that your hips are on the floor. Harder, your hips are up. Easier, hips are down. Perfect. So you're going to do 10 on each side for this exercise. Then we're going to go ahead and do our last exercise, bear crawls. Now, bear crawls, we're going to be doing a little bit different than maybe some of you have done before. And I know it's a little bit tough. Everybody's in their house right now. But what you can do is you can accumulate 20 yards of these bear crawls. So if your living room is only maybe about 15 feet wide, go ahead, you can go down and back about 4 times, and that'll be about 20 yards. So this is how I'd like you guys to do bear crawls. What you're going to do is you're going to be up on all fours just like this. So this is the main thing I want everybody to keep in mind. Make sure your back is flat. I don't want to see butt up in the air nice and tall. I want back flat, and your knees are almost at a 90-degree angle. All right, so when we do these bear crawls, go ahead and move forward a couple. Okay, stop right there. Now, this is going to be the toughest part. We're going to test everybody's coordination today. This hand moves at the same time this leg moves. Now, if he's going to move forward again, this leg moves and this hand moves, just like that. So opposite hand, the opposite leg, and they move at the same time. That was nifty. And just like that. This is how you're going to do your bear crawls. Again, squeezing everything in your midsection. Everything is nice and tight. Amazing core exercise. Awesome. Thank you, Blaine. Then, after you've done all this, you're resting 60 seconds, and you have 3 more rounds. So we're doing 4 rounds of all these exercises with a 60-second rest at the end. Then after that, we're tired. We're a little tight. We got to stretch it out. So our first one is going to be our frog stretch. Again, adduction. I'm going to keep on saying that over and over and over again to help loosen up this pelvis joint. Frog, we're going to be sitting here just like this, thinking of your body as a can, and you're pushing it back, feeling it on the insides of our legs. Then we're going to go ahead and do pigeon stretch. We've done a lot of glute activation today with these alternating tempo squats and these hamstring curls. So we got to loosen that up, get our IT band loose. Remember, 90-degree angle for pigeon stretch. And Blaine's just going to go ahead and roll his hips over and stretching out everything on IT band and glutes. We're going to be here for 2 minutes on each side. Then we're going to go ahead and go to twisted cross. We're going to lay flat on our chest. Either right or left hand out to the side to start. Either one works for you. And we're going to be stretching out our pec and our anterior deltoid. That just means the front of our shoulder and our chest. That's what we want to do. As you can see, Blaine's twisting over just like so. 1 minute on one side, then 1 minute on the other side. So 1 minute on each side for our twisted cross. And then our last stretch is our pike stretch, which we're trying to target everything in our posterior chain, everything in back of us. Remember, posterior just means in back. So he's going to go ahead, flex his toes towards himself, and reach for the bottom of his ankles or reach for his toes. And the main target is where you're going to feel this lower back and probably hamstrings. We're going to hold this for 2 minutes. Once you guys are done, congratulations, you are done for the day. Way to go. Make sure we're staying on top of these workouts, being at home all the time. And if you guys have any questions like usual, go ahead and send me an email. Anything else? Thanks, guys.